MSB here, and welcome to another card breakdown. Today we'll be looking at the Midnight Shepherd. The Midnight Shepherd is a blood PvP troop card from the Underworld faction, with a 2 cost, 1 blood threshold, 1 attack, and 1 defense. With one of each of the 5 threshold types, the Midnight Shepherd can exhaust to put any troop in any graveyard into play under your control. You then lose 1 threshold of your choosing. Abilities like this are normally called reanimation effects in TCGs. To preface, there is not enough card support revealed to be able to effectively play a 5-shard deck. Currently, the only resource fixer available is the Adaptable Infusion Device, or AID for short. The AID paired with basic resources will not allow you to consistently use the Midnight Shepherd's ability, but dual threshold resource cards should be eventually accessible, and there will certainly be more support moving forward. So with that in mind, let's look at the Midnight Shepherd from a more conceptual standpoint. The Midnight Shepherd's ability would be used in what's called a Reanimator deck that specializes in putting big creatures like Uranaz or the Kraken into play from your graveyard, with the added bonus of being able to use your opponent's graveyard if an opportunity presents itself. Sacrificing 1 threshold to bring out an 8-cost creature is a great trade, as long as you're able to actually get to the 5 threshold and replace the one lost with reasonable efficiency. This means that the Midnight Shepherd is only as good as the resource fixers you have available. While vulnerable to any troop removal, the Midnight Shepherd does have some advantages as a troop card instead of a spell, such as potentially using the ability twice or more in a match, as well as being able to use the ability at your opponent's end of turn to ensure the reanimated creature is safe from basic action damage or removal, and can then immediately attack on your next combat phase. If we weren't there already, planting both feet firmly into the realm of wild speculation, I see set 1 in HEX as having an average set of resource fixers released. Nothing spectacular, but good enough to play a decent 5-shard deck. HEX has to have area to grow into in the future, so not all efficient options can be immediately released. Set 2 and possibly Set 3 should be where we really get enough options to make some impressively performing decks where the Midnight Shepherd can shine. As such, keep an eye on each set's fixers, and only bring this Shepherd out to tend to your deck when the options are plentiful. Looking at PvE, neither of the pieces make the Midnight Shepherd's ability any easier to use, but they do offer some very good synergy. The armor, while only of common rarity, actually helps a Reanimator deck very well if you target yourself with the mill instead of your opponent. Getting a free 5 chances to get a big fat troop in your graveyard is very nice. The gloves will allow for some very good tactical options, as the troop you put into play gains a keyword based on the sacrifice threshold. Diamond gives Steadfast, Blood gives Life Drain, Ruby gives Speed, Sapphire gives Flight, and Wild gives Spell Shield. The Wild effect is jaw-droppingly awesome, and looks to be the most powerful, with both Sapphire and Blood being strong situationally, depending on the troop's existing keywords. Ruby could be good if you absolutely must play a troop as soon as you hit the full 5-shard complement, or if you're able to attack and win the game, with Diamond being useful if you're either at low life, to be able to swing and defend, or with future troops that provide major benefits both when attacking or defending, as well as with an exhaust effect. The fact that you get to tailor this effect on the spot to take into account the current board state makes these gloves a must-have. Thank you for watching. If you agree or disagree, I'd love to read your comments below, or on the Utopian Chaos forums. If you liked the video, please take the time to subscribe, and leave a comment on which card you would like in my next breakdown. Hope to see you in HEX for some good games and good times.